Next, I want to discuss what are some of the biggest mistakes that leaders make when building a sales team. So here I've highlighted 9 of them. You know, sales is the lifeblood of any business. Beating the sales plan deals optimism. Everybody's happy. Missing the number could mean a scramble for survival. Without sales, your business literally has nothing, right? So for this reason, you want sales to be scalable and predictable for your company. And yet, art form is often a phrase used to describe sales. It's an art form. Actually, art is not scalable, nor is it predictable. However, science is. Using data, technology, and a simple repeatable sales process is scalable. The number one mistake made by sales leaders is hiring salespeople with your gut. Hiring rock star salespeople is the most important aspect to sales success. Yet so many organizations, and I've observed this myself throughout my career, wing the entire hiring process. Every sales model or sales context is different, and thus every company has a entirely different hiring profile, depending on their context or their model. Appreciate the uniqueness of your sales context or your model. Establish a theory or a profile of the hiring criteria that will work for you, and be disciplined about scoring every candidate against that criteria. As you bring on salespeople, this process enables you to learn from your mistakes in previous hires and to iterate and hone in on the perfect hiring profile. Mistake number 2, underutilizing the sales compensation plan. The sales compensation plan is the most underappreciated tool in a leader's toolkit. In thinking about incentives that will drive change in sales practices, I personally recall the most effective way to do that with salespeople is by aligning the sales compensation plan with the desired strategic change that you want, that change in behavior or change in habits or the direction in which you want your sales reps to go. Whether looking to enter a new industry, gain market share with a particular product line, or expand into a new geography, the sales compensation plan will be the most effective driver of change. Mistake number 3, misaligning sales and marketing. Traditionally, sales and marketing are 2 groups that have not gotten along. Marketing perceives sales as a bunch of overpaid, spoiled brats, and sales feels like marketing sits around and does nothing but arts and crafts all day. However, in an age with the majority of buying journeys starting online, this dysfunctional relationship is the kiss of death for a company. A properly aligned sales and marketing team is a prerequisite to a healthy business. So quantify the deliverables that marketing and sales should commit to one another. A couple of examples that I've experienced with negative outcomes when sales and marketing are not aligned are, for one, marketing and sales are not in sync with the timing of the go-to-market strategy for new product launches. So for example, sales materials are not ready to support a new product launch by the sales team. Your sales team is out there promoting the product, booking orders, and yet there's no marketing materials. The go-to-market strategy is not aligned and the timing is off. This is the quickest way for a new product launch to fall. If the sales reps don't feel like they have the marketing materials to support those products, what are they going to do? They're going to be reluctant to continue to promote those products and get that new product launched. Marketing is generating leads, but sales is, here's another example. Marketing is generating leads, but sales is not following up to qualify the leads to add to the funnel. Again, this represents a breakdown with the lead generation and lead qualification process. Sales and marketing are not aligned in this case. A lot of wasted energy. Mistake number 4, not planning far enough in advance. For example, it takes 2 months to hire a new sales position, 3 months to ramp them up to full productivity, and a 4-month cycle to close the deal. This situation is not uncommon for a business. If anything, these timeframes may be on the aggressive side. Yet even with these assumptions, it takes 9 months from the decision to hire a new salesperson to the time when they are fully productive. If you are a sales-driven organization, your 2022 results were largely baked in with the team on board and with the team that you had on board in Q1 of 2022. Most of the hiring you are doing now is driving your 2023 results. So you really need to plan ahead in terms of staffing. Sorry, whoops, got ahead of myself here. Another example, your sales team is out there promoting and booking orders for a new product launch, but production has not been given enough time to scale production to meet the new demand. Nothing will kill a new product faster than disappointing customers by not being able to deliver product when the demand is there. So again, planning in advance is very important, and it's often a challenge for organizations to execute on that. Mistake number 5, making forecasting rather than coaching the sales manager's primary focus. Many sales managers spend the majority of their time managing the sales forecast in the pipeline, which is very important. However, this is a lost opportunity sometimes because managers should spend the majority of their time coaching and developing their salespeople. Effective sales coaching increases sales productivity. The best coaches diagnose the 1 or 2 skills that will make the biggest difference in a salesperson's performance, and then will customize a coaching plan to fit that skill or to support that skill. They use metrics to conduct the diagnoses, and I call this process metrics-driven sales coaching. Mistake number 6, motivating through fear rather than metrics. And this is sadly too often the case. I always ask candidates why they want to move on from their current employer. Many of them complain about the fear-based micromanagement of their current environment. This type of what I would say militant management style does not motivate salespeople, especially today's millennial generation. Instead, automate a daily dashboard stack, ranking the team on total dials, total connects, total discovery calls, total demos, total sales, etc. Send the dashboard out every day to the entire sales team and marketing team, and include the head guy, the CEO. And as a result, salespeople will be able to understand where they are gravitating from the success blueprint and self-diagnose the areas in the funnel where they need work. At the end of the day, the salesperson, sales manager, and the company are on the same team. Enabling everyone with the daily metrics will provide the motivation and discipline you desire. Letting new salespeople shadow top performers. This is a very common practice. It's actually one that I have advocated for in the past. However, in this example, welcome to our company, Bob. Do you remember our top salesperson, Sue? For your training, you're going to shadow her for 2 months. The shadowing approach to sales training is neither scalable nor predictable. In my experience, top salespeople are at the top for different reasons. They all bring a unique superpower, if you will, to the table and lean into it heavily. A ride-along training sales strategy may dissuade salespeople from leaning into their superpower. It may also encourage them to pick up bad habits from their peers. Instead, create a sales process. Certify salespeople by quantifying their aptitude with each stage of that sales process. Provide enough detail in the sales process to guide the salesperson, but don't make it too constraining that the salesperson cannot apply their, quote, superpower. Buying technology for management rather than the frontline salespeople. The majority of sales technology purchased over the last few decades has been purchased for the sales leaders to conduct pipeline reviews and manage forecasts, which has been great. But sometimes the end result is the frontline salespeople do not use the software. And that's a big problem, right? Data integrity suffers and the original utility of the purchase is never realized. I've seen this happen. In the last year, we have seen an explosion. In the last years, we have seen an explosion in sales technology that actually benefits the salesperson, like Salesforce. It helps the salesperson sell faster by removing admin tasks and streamlines the process they conduct dozens of times per day. The sales rep is always going to look at any new technology and say, hey, what's in it for me? How's it going to help me achieve my goals? So it helps salespeople sell better by illustrating the full buyer context of the salesperson at all times. So what does that mean? Basically, if I'm getting ready to call a prospect or a customer, I can, in a matter of in the time of 1 or 2 clicks, I can pull up all the data or all the background information I need to prep me for that call. Furthermore, technology that benefits salespeople is the best path towards capturing the data that sales leaders need to run the business. So it all works hand in hand. Not experimenting enough. Every sales context is unique. Every sales model is unique. Who do you sell your product to? How complicated is your product? How expensive is it? Is your product sold direct or through partners? Do most sales originate from inbound leads or outbound calls? Is it 1995 or 2015 or 2022? Varying answers to these questions call for varying approaches to the sale. So you really need to establish a baseline funnel. And for some theories on how to, and then also form some theories or just working together through collaboration on how that funnel could be improved. And from there, devise and execute testing or trials and iterate and improve each time.